Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about some very common editing symbols that are used with the Abeka curriculum. And so we use these symbols when we are looking over our rough drafts and we're trying to make them better. Now in grade 4, we've talked a lot about the importance of changing things and making things better and better to make sure that our work is the best work we possibly can submit. And here's a very good reason why. In front of me here, I have an essay that was given to me. Well, to be honest, I wrote it myself, but it's an essay nonetheless. And I am going to review it today. And my review of it, whether I choose to follow it or not, because it's giving me some advice, depends on how well they have written their letter. So let's take a look and see how well they've written it, if this is something that we're going to start doing or not. So let's just quickly give it a read, and then we will go over the symbols. I think that every kid should have got to do 50 hours of homework every day. I think this because school is our work, and if we want to be good workers, we should do lots of work. I also think that we only need 1 hour a day for sleep. Do you agree with me? Do you? Well, grade 4s. Fortunately for you, I do not think this is a very well-written piece of work, so I am not going to listen to this advice. So you're off the hook. You don't get 50 hours of schoolwork a week. However, we do need to fix it up. There are a lot of mistakes, and we want to help this guy out. So let's just review what some of these symbols mean over here. So first of all, I have this sort of backwards P. I can draw that by doing like a C and then like 2 lines after it. If you see something like that, that means that you need to indent your paragraph. That's sort of like when Miss Freeman draws an arrow like this. You gotta indent your paragraph, so that's what that one means. This one here means you need to get rid of those words, throw them out into the garbage. That's why there's a circle and a little line showing it being thrown out. You do not need that. So we draw that by drawing a circle, and then we do on top of the circle just a little whoop like that. Means get rid of it. We don't need it in our sentence. Omit is another word we could use there. It means leave it out. Now this is like a little arrow showing you where you should put some form of punctuation. So if it's a little arrow with a period under it, it means put in a period. Same for this one. If you need a comma, you draw a little arrow and you put a comma under it, meaning put in a comma. Now here's one you guys will probably recognize. If you see 3 lines under a letter, that means that you need to capitalize that letter. It needs to be a capital letter. And finally, if you see a letter that is crossed out, it means you have to put it in its lowercase form like that. So those are our editing symbols. Let's see if we can use them on our paper. So I'm going to start with the first line. I think that every kid should have got to do 50 hours of homework every day. And that's where I'd say this sentence should end. So if I need a sentence to end there, I'm going to do a little arrow. I'm going to put a period under words because everything at the end of a sentence should have a period. There we go. Also, this is the beginning of our paragraph, so I think we have to put that we need to indent. That should be a T. So let's put one of those C's with the 2 lines like a backwards P, showing that we need to indent this paragraph. And then let's just read it a few more times. I feel like there's more things we have to fix. I think that every kid should have got to do 50 hours. Sounds like there's too many words there. I think we can take out this got. I don't think we need it. So I'm going to put a circle around it and do a little curly. We don't need it. So now it reads, I think that every kid should have to do 50 hours of homework every day. Much better. Oh, but over here we have a whole bunch of capital letters. We don't need capital letters. We need those all to be lowercase. So I'm going to cross that out like this. And maybe just to make it a little bit more clear, I'll write the word again in lowercase. You don't have to do that, but sometimes when I see a crossed out word, I think, oh, I didn't need to put that word in there at all. So just to make it clearer, I've written the word in lowercase up there as well. Okay, let's keep going. Now, I think this because school is our work, and if we want to be good workers, we should do lots of work. Now, once again, I think that's where we need to end our sentence. So I'm going to put a little arrow and a period, so we know a period has to go in there. And then I'm just going to read it again and see if I missed anything else. I think this because school is our work, and if we does not need two E's on the end of it. Let's circle the second E, and then we'll draw a little thing. Get rid of it, throw it out. We want to be good workers. If we want to be good workers, we should do lots of work. Now, once again, this is a pretty long sentence. I think we also need to add a comma. Pause it for a minute, see if you can figure out where a comma in that sentence needs to go. Okay, I know where the comma needs to go. It needs to go right after here. If we want to be good workers, comma, we should do lots of work. So I'm going to draw a little arrow, and I'm going to put a comma under it like that. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Let's keep reading. I think this is our last few sentences. I also think that we only need 1 hour a day for sleep. Okay, few mistakes there. Let's start at the beginning here. Beginning of a sentence always needs to be capitalized. So I'm going to put my 3 lines to show that needs to be a capital. I also think that we only need 1 hour. Oh, an hour is capitalized. So I'm going to cross it out. And once again, so I don't confuse myself, I'm going to put the H above in lowercase just to help me out. 1 hour a day for sleep. Is that how we spell sleep? I don't think so. I think we got to get rid of that D. So I'm going to circle it, and I'm going to do a little woo, throw it in the garbage. Get rid of it. Finally, last 2 sentences. Do you agree with me? Good. Do you? Oh, I still need something at the end of this sentence here. I need some form of punctuation. A period doesn't make sense, though. It's asking a question. So sometimes I can use these little signs for other punctuation besides just a period and a comma. So under this one, I'm going to put a question mark. You can also use an arrow for quotation marks. You could use an arrow for an exclamation point. As long as you have the arrow there, you're showing you need to insert that punctuation. So that is a good way to put it in. So there we go, grade 4s. We've edited our little piece here. Now all of our mistakes are fixed using our different symbols. If you forget what each symbol means, you can check in your workbook. It has a little blurb on each of them as well. Please give them all a try as you do your work today. I am excited for you to do that. Oh, and as a bonus activity, I would like you to ask your parents to do some really bad writing for you and see if you can fix up their work. Because you know what? Even parents make mistakes in writing sometimes. So see what you can do. If your parent wants to do that with you, that would be awesome. Okay, bye-bye, grade 4s. Have a great day.